Last month, when the inflation in Canada came down to 2.8%, every single person in the Liberal government was running a victory lap and claiming that this was their contribution to bring inflation down to 2.8%, including Christya Freeland, who was kind of beating her chest and then claiming that this is the lowest inflation reading among the G7 countries. This month, we saw a latest CPI figure for the month of July, and the inflation went straight up to 3.3%. And if we look at under the hood, we realize there are two components which is driving this inflation figure up. And both of these components are government caused. Number one is the mortgage cost. So the shelter inflation component of the CPI bucket, the mortgage cost is quite high. And if you exclude mortgage cost, the inflation comes down to 2.4%, right? And if we look at the fuel inflation, the gas inflation, so basically last year in the month of June and July, the fuel cost was quite cheap. And now after adding 2 carbon taxes, the inflation on the gas is much higher. So if you compare year over year, of course, the difference is much higher, which is why the gas inflation is pushing the CPI up. So these two components, if we exclude that, the inflation is somewhere below 3%. But hey, this is all government cost. So now I want to see Christya Freeland bragging about this. Anyway, so the other thing I want to mention is the food inflation. Yes, it is trending down, but it is still in the high 8s. And these three components I see is not moving significantly downwards. So we will see most likely the CPI rating hovering around 3% or above 3% in the next few quarters. So what does it mean for Bank of Canada? So Bank of Canada will be closely looking at it to review their policy decision, which is going to happen next month, whether they're going to increase the rate one more time or keep it at this level. I think they should keep it at this level. Now, this is just my observation, my opinion. It doesn't really matter for Bank of Canada, but I think looking at the GDP data, the unemployment data, especially the ones which is not reported, for example, the job losses announced by Tala, 6,000 people, the earning missed by Bell Canada, which is going to result into another restructuring. All of this stuff is not reported yet. So by looking at that and the overall macro picture coming from China, I think this is going to be a very slow moment in the economy, especially in the global economy. And as a result of that, if I was Steve Macklin, I would not increase any more rate hikes. But again, this is just me saying, I am nobody on the internet, but we'll see how Bank of Canada is going to react on this. And maybe they will increase by another 25 basis points, because if Federal Reserve does it, they may have to do it, because otherwise they will take a hit on the Canadian currency. Anyway, let me know what you think. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.